The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello and welcome to another edition of TVWAN News. I'm Rex Litter. In this edition, PNG Forest Authority preps for dedication service, plans in Northern Province reconcile, and football opener ends in a draw. The Papua New Guinea Forest Authority will host a dedication service tomorrow to start the 2026 working year. This marks the authority's recommitment to sustainable forest management in Papua New Guinea.
The dedication service will bring together the PNG Forest Authority management, staff, church leaders and stakeholders to start the authority's 2026 journey in continuing its role in protecting and managing the nation's forest resources. The event will serve as a platform to seek guidance and blessings for the work ahead. Through prayers, scripture readings, and messages of encouragement, the service is expected to highlight the importance of ethical leadership and collaboration with landowners and partners. It will also provide an opportunity to reflect on past milestones and acknowledge the dedication of staff who contribute to the authority's mandate. The 2026 dedication service highlights PNG FA's sustainable forest management and supporting livelihood across Papua New Guinea. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
A 10-kilometer section of the Bougainville Highway is set to be upgraded and sealed from Chabai Junction to Ton. This improvement follows the signing of a construction on Wednesday 14th between the Department of Works and Highways, the Autonomous Bougainville Government and Rybro Construction Limited. The awarded project is expected to improve connectivity, reduce travel time and enhance community access along the busy Buka Road. Rybro Construction CEO Jennifer Brown is grateful for the trust and confidence placed in Rybro Construction. She recognized challenges that may arise along the way and expressed confidence in the team and the continued support of the government and stakeholders. Department of Works and Highways Secretary Gibson Holemba acknowledged the leadership behind the project and congratulated Rybro Construction on being awarded the 40 million Kina Road contract. Jason Peter, member for Huon Gulf and Minister for Community Development, Youth and Religion, opened the newly established Sili Sili High School. This marks an advancement of education infrastructure for Sili Sili, Marain, Waswas and other surrounding communities in the Wafi-Golpu area of Morobe Province.
The construction of Sili Sili High School was funded under the Wafi-Golpu Integrated Development Grant with an approved allocation of 6 million kina through the Morobe Provincial Executive Council. To date, only 4 million kina of the approved funds have been released, leaving an outstanding balance of 2 million kina still owed by the Morobe Provincial Administration. Minister Peter emphasized that the release of the remaining funds is critical to complete outstanding works and ensuring the school is fully functional. To support the school's operational readiness ahead of student enrollment in 2026, Minister Peter announced that under the 2025 Huon Gulf District Development Authority budget, 50,000 kina was approved for the establishment of the Sili Sili High School Clean Water Supply Project. He further confirmed that an additional 100,000 kina has been committed in 2026 to support administrative setup and operational assistance before the commencement of enrollment. The minister also highlighted critical infrastructure investment to improve access to the area. In 2025, the Yuan Gulf District Development Authority approved 500,000 kina for the upgrade and servicing of the Sili Sili Mara Rin Waswas Road via the Wafu Golfu mine site and extending towards the Watut River. Minister Peter reaffirmed the government's strong commitment to education, infrastructure development, and service delivery in rural and resource hosting communities. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
A historic peace reconciliation ceremony was held late last year at Laudari village in Ward 7 of Tamata LLG, Northern Province, bringing together both clans of Doyapo and Yema of Tamata LLG to resolve a conflict that had affected the Binandere tribe.
The Doyapo clan paid a compensation of 20,000 kina cash and 10 pigs to the Yama clan of Ward 15 for the tragic killing of a youth from the Yama clan during a tribal conflict on the land boundary. The remains of the deceased youth were exhumed from Doyapo village by a medical professional from Popondetta General Hospital and formally returned to the Yama clan. The deceased was late Chris Birapie from Ewore village in Ward 15 of Tamata LLG. Third-party mediation committee chairman Virgil Bonga made a strong appeal for peace to be restored immediately. He added that the first-of-its-kind incident had disrupted the lives and movement of the people, and reconciliation was vital for unity and progress. Furthermore, the ceremony hosted by Doyapo clan was attended by 3 police officers from Popondetta, alongside representatives from the communities of Ward 6 and Ward 7. The ceremony concluded with the formal handover of the coffin containing the remains of the late Yama clan youth, together with the agreed compensation. Jasmine Irujak, TV1 News.
You're watching TV1 News. We'll return with more news after these messages. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. GoldSport brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in P&G. Proudly GoldSport.
Digital Business. We help grow your business with secure, reliable, and cost-effective ICT solutions. We will manage your technology so you can power your vision for your business with the best solutions to offer. Accelerate your business growth with Digital Business Cloud Solutions with cloud platform services, disaster recovery as a service, and backup as a service. Talk to our cloud solutions experts today. Digital Business. Better solutions for better business.
It's not just a sport, it's a way of life.
Really good with ball in hand and will score under the post.
Charging down the field, shot by Maka. How about that for defending? McCarthy Black takes them all on the outside and he's gotten away initially.
And now Faith Nathan slices between the New Zealand defenders.
And they're almost the way they are, Fiji. They're going to get the opener in the second half. One line break is enough. They live and breathe this game.
Welcome back. The world's first legally binding agreement to protect marine life in international waters has taken effect, marking a historic moment for ocean conservation after nearly 2 decades of negotiations. The High Seas Treaty, or Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement, will govern about 2/3 of the planet's oceans, including vast areas beyond any country's borders. The treaty entered into force 120 days after it reached the threshold of ratification by 60 countries in September. As of January, 83 countries had ratified it, including the recent addition of major maritime powers such as China and Japan on December 16th. The high seas face mounting threats from destructive fishing practices, shipping, plastic pollution, overfishing and potential deep-sea mining, all compounded by climate change. A pensioner who has spent decades picking up rubbish along a stretch of highway is calling on the public to help fund the work governments have refused to pay for. Locals have started a GoFundMe campaign to offset the thousands of dollars the 80-year-old spends each year to keep the highway clean.
On one of Western Australia's most beautiful highways, a retired policeman is on the beat.
This area is paradise. We've got to keep it clean.
Collecting the rubbish travellers have thrown away. For more than 20 years, Michael Philby has picked up tons of other people's trash.
Average selection of half a bag. This would have been dumped in the bush by people who are travelling.
It's all voluntary. Other than the $2,000 a year he gets from the Manjimup Shire, no state or federal authority will help shoulder his load.
I spend myself $10,000 a year, so I spent $200,000.
They put up signs, but no bins. Without his work, the popular tourist highway, he fears, will become a long rubbish dump with no government taking responsibility. Now a call for help, a GoFundMe appeal to raise $30,000, enough to keep him going for 3 more years. Joe Lane started a Facebook page for the GoFundMe appeal, and Walpole has rallied.
I'd really love to see him supported, and if he gets that anywhere near that amount, he will feel the support from all of us.
The local chemist gave him a Christmas card with $200 inside.
You know, you're just a pensioner and having to pay for all of this. So, yeah, I was just like, I really wanted to do something to help him.
The GoFundMe is not a personal fund, as donations will be managed by Walpole Tidy Towns to pay for fuel and maintenance to keep Michael Philby on patrol.
I'm running out, easy, I'm running out of money, but it would help, and in the long term, a possible future.
Alice Springs has long captured the imagination of writers seeking solitude, inspiration and a deeper connection to the Australian landscape. The literary backdrop has been appealing to outsiders who are drawn to the romance and mystery of the desert. But these days, emerging authors are increasingly locals.
The breathtaking landscape of the Red Centre, for years a draw card for authors in Australia.
There are definitely more authors here per head of population in Alice Springs than anywhere else in Australia. It's an extraordinary phenomenon, but I think, again, it's because people are drawn to this country, to the light, to the space, to the emptiness.
Nestled in the middle of Alice Springs, this bookshop is the only one for a 1,500 kilometres radius.
We keep selling A Town Like Alice by Neville Shute and also songlines by Bruce Chatwin. So they're still really popular. They often feature in our bestsellers, but there's an amazing array of books now that are being published by First Nation authors, Australian authors.
Alice Springs has long attracted famous writers from far afield, but now the local ones are coming along.
People are really looking for books about Aboriginal culture or are really keen to read, I guess, stories by First Nations authors where they can read their story about growing up here in Central Australia.
Author Tanya Hislop is one of the growing number of local writers. Her best-selling memoir, An Alice Girl, offers a fascinating look at outback life.
It's not just the backdrop. You live here, you walk on this land. The red dust gets into your whole being, into your cells. It makes you think in a different way. It's a much freer place. We're not constricted by the noise and clutter.
As more local voices find their way onto the bookshelves, Alice Springs is no longer just a backdrop for the stories. It is part of the narrative.
That ends the news segment. Sports is next. Stay with us.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
In today's fast-moving world, visibility and presence is everything. But how do you make sure your brand or message stands out? You need a partner that offers a 360-degree advertising solution, covering every touchpoint, every platform, and every screen. From concept creation to media buying, from our own TV stations and website to premium content and powerful digital campaigns. From billboards to bulk SMS that reaches millions, and high-quality production that brings your vision to life. Wherever your audience is, Trend Media will place you in the spotlight. Call Trend Media now on 7222-0210 or email trendmediapng@digitalpacific.com. Trend Media, your 360-degree advertising and digital partner.
Join Digicel and enjoy the network that rewards you with a whole lot more. Activate a new Digicel prepaid SIM and get 2 gigs data plus 20 minutes free Digicel to Digicel talk for 3 months. Get your first month's reward instantly with no spend required. Spend 30 kina or more for your rewards in months 2 and 3. So what are you waiting for? Get your new SIM at any Digicel outlet or agent today and enjoy free talk and free data only with Digicel.
Win the T20 World Cup after 17 years. This is what you play for. This is what creates memories of some of the greatest players in the game.
Thanks for staying with us. In sports, Vanuatu holds Bula FC to draw in OFC Pro League opening and Lihir teams, Vanuatu United FC, Bula FC made Oceania football history at Eden Park in Auckland yesterday afternoon as they played out an entertaining draw in the first ever match in the OFC Pro League. Years of dreams, hard work and planning finally came to fruition as professional football in the Pacific entered into a new and exciting era.
Bula FC, featuring several Fijian internationals, enjoyed much of the early run-in, with Roy Krishna returning to the region after a stint in India, a constant menace to the Vanuatu United FC backline. Despite their dominance, however, it was Vanuatu's side that found a breakthrough when Alex Saniel rose highest from a corner kick, powering his head up into the net for the first goal in league history. It was a lead that lasted only 10 minutes. However, and when Bula FC's equalizer arrived, it came via a familiar source. It remained level-headed into the break, but it was Vanuatu who appeared to lift themselves as the second period began, showing more confidence on the ball than they had in the prior 45 minutes. In a half low on chances, there were half opportunities for the likes of Krishna and Jody Tasip, but goalkeeper was threatened for much of the second half. Vanuatu United threw everything they had in search of a second equalizer, and when it felt as if a point was slipping away, they were gifted a dramatic late reprieve. Vanuatu coach Lars Hopp praises the professional league. He adds it's vital for the growth of football in the region.
Establishing a professional club in a country creates a pathway for all the amateur players or part-time players to make the next step in their football career in their own country. They don't have to go abroad. They can do it in their own country without having to move. And also it's not only for the players but also for the whole organizations around the clubs, you know, the staff in the clubs, the coaches, the kit managers, the field managers. Everything should be on a higher level than if you are working part-time, and I think in this way the OFC Pro League will not only benefit the people participating, the players and the staff, but also the people who are around these clubs and can learn from these clubs and lift the football in their own communities.
Susanna Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
The Nzu Northern Pride of Lihir are making a return for the second edition of the Eggmark Rugby League 9's Tri-Series. In the opening match, the Pride delivered an impressive performance by defeating last year's defending champions Page Park Cowboys 16 points to 14 at the Gele Gele Resettlement Sports Field.
Club owner and head coach Jonathan Bowell expressed confidence in his team's abilities, noting that while they lack size in the middle, they compensate with speed and skill on the edges. They'll be pushing hard to avenge their preliminary final loss to the Cowboys, who claimed the major silverware last year. Looking ahead, Bowell acknowledged the competitive nature of the tournament, stating that they are up against many quality teams. The plan is to take one game at a time to secure a spot in the top 8 for the playoffs. The Pride's commitment will be key as they strive for success in this year's series. Nzu Northern Pride is predominantly rugby sevens players and athletes from the sport of athletics. In their second game, Pride went down fighting 4 points to 10 against an equally strong 1-5 Kimbe Pirates side. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
Auckland FC have taken 3 points in the first ever North versus South Kiwi derby in the OFC Pro League, following a clinical victory over South Island United. Following the day's earlier fixture ending all square between Vanuatu United FC and Bula FC, it was a chance for either side to take a very early lead at the top of the table.
Auckland FC warmed into the contest as the half wore on and got their noses in front after just the half-hour mark. Oscar Flores had gone close with an effort tipped over by the bar by Steven Van Dijk, and when South Island United couldn't clear the resulting corner, Flores took advantage to finish from close range. Flores would have had his and Auckland FC second not long after. An excellent break from Liam Gillon was followed by a pinpoint cross from the winger, but Flores mistimed the header and it skewed well wide. Both sides struggled to build on their first half performances after the break, though Auckland FC did look for more threatening. Liam Gillon and then substitute Issa Prince had decent efforts but failed to double their side's lead and put the result beyond doubt. A South Island United leveller almost arrived with 20 minutes left on the clock. Christian Gray laid off a long throw to his defensive partner Ollie Van Wiesel, who slashed the ball narrowly wide from 10 yards out. A first ever VAR on field review was the highlight of the closing stages. Jalen Rodwell has blocked an effort with his arm, but referee Ben Aukway correctly determined there was no intent and play resumed. The result was finally put beyond doubt in the 83rd minute. Jonathan Robinson, on a second half substitute, raced into the South Island United, and his cutback was finished by fellow replacement Bailey Ferguson. A second VAR check followed not long after, and this time Aukway pointed to the spot following a brief consultation on a handball decision. The resulting spot kick was taken by Liam Gillion, and the winger kept an excellent performance with a goal, despite goalkeeper Van Dijk getting a solid end to the ball. Michael Tamtipai, TVWAN Sports.
Nelson Asafa-Solomona wants to take out all comers from the NRL and go from there, after making an explosive professional boxing debut against ex-Rugby League journeyman Jeremy Latimer. The supersized Asafa-Solomona knocked out Latimer with a massive uppercut just 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the first round on Friday night's heavyweight stoush in Brisbane. Disillusioned after missing Melbourne's past 2 grand final losses because of suspension, the two-time Storm Premier winner turned down a reported $800 a season deal with Parramatta, one of Latimer's 5 former clubs, to have a crack in the ring instead. The sport of breakdancing is a spectacle that claimed global attention at the last Olympics. Aussie breakers are redefining the sport's image on an international stage ahead of events being finalized for the Brisbane 2032 Games later this year.
It's a sport unlike any other.
Really just breathtaking, to be honest. Like, when's the last time you see someone spinning on their hands, on their head?
Breakdancing is having a breakthrough in Australia.
It's definitely growing over now. Definitely after the Olympics as well, since it had such a big exposure to the world.
After the Paris Games, the words Australian breakdancing brought one performer, in particular, to mind. Ray Gunn made international headlines, but it's time for the spotlight to shift.
We're seeing that breaking is still alive, it's still well, and we're moving forward in a way that showcases all of our athletes and their own individual personalities and flavours.
And they've had the chance to do so on an international stage at the World Breaking Dance Sport Festival in Brisbane, which has attracted breakers from 33 countries.
The motto I train and live by is to train like an athlete but think like an artist.
This is perhaps the most important event before the Brisbane Olympic Games committee make their decision to include the new sports.
Breakdancing didn't make the cut for the 2028 Games in Los Angeles, but these competitors insist their skills are worthy of the world's largest sporting stage.
Just being able to represent Australia at one of the highest sporting areas is such an honour and such a privilege. It's a sport and a dance form that you cannot cheat. You can't take the easy road. You have to put in the hard work and effort to be able to see the right results.
The official lineup of events for the Brisbane 2032 Games will be finalised later this year.
And now the weather forecast. Southern Port Moresby, partly cloudy with afternoon rain showers. Aratau, partly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase, late cloudy periods with chances of few showers and possible thunderstorms. Wewak, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with few rain showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, all centres in the New Guinea Islands, cloudy periods with rain showers and thunderstorms. And Highlands region, all centres in the Highlands region, cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, seas rough, becoming very rough along its eastern sector with west to northwest winds of 20 to 33 knots, increasing to 45 along its eastern sector. Solomon Sea, seas moderate to rough to very rough at times with northwest winds of 15 to 30 knots, reaching 30 to 40 knots at times. Bismarck Seas, sees moderate to rough to very rough over the southern sector, with northwest winds of 20 to 33 knots, reaching 40 knots over the southern sector. And coastal waters forecast: waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru, to Kiwai Island, to Kerema to Yule Island, to Hood Point to Samarai Island. Seas 1.3 meters to 3.0 meters, rising to 4.0 meters at times along gale warning areas. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and All Milne Bay Islands. Seas 1.3 to 3.0 meters, rising to 4.0 meters at times along gale warning areas. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Windsurfen 0.5 to 1.3 meters. And that wraps up Sunday's news. You have a top week ahead. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by